What it is, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers. It is Wednesday, November 21st. This is the Late Show, the Low Shack in the Bag Late Show. My name is Jimmy the Bag. I'm sitting beside, as always, Lodels Low Shack, who is knee-deep in NCAA college basketball second half.
Yeah, I've been tweeting out some winners, and it's just like it's so hard because the games come up, and then I got the other shit I got to do. Yeah, I think I'm liking. I think I'll make Tulane second half +4 -110 an official play right now. I'll make that one. Tulane second half +4. I'll make that one an official play. Tulane second half +4. Go ahead, Jim.
Sure. I just want to give a shout out to everybody joining us right now. We have Trey Franklin in the house. Jason Miller says been waiting for this show for 4 hours. Jace the Mason Teabagger Troy Boy here to make some sweet whiskey coin.
Okay.
Adam Friendo Combo in the house. We will be showing an Adam Friendo Combo NFL video on this show. We have Odar Lira from Venezuela. That's Big Dad 138, Dan City, Chris, Sean, Mick, Big Dad 138. I said that already. Eric Nisbet, Robbie Tagaloa, Crystal Flex.
This is borderline. This is a tough one, but I'll throw on the second half in Louisville, Tennessee, under 79. I'll throw on that one. I'm not even going to line shop, but I'll throw that one on there. There might be a better line out there, but I'm going to throw that one on there. Tennessee, Louisville, second half under 79 -110. That one is borderline. Game could easily go into OT. Game could easily see 20 points in the last 2 minutes. Could easily see this one be very low scoring for the first 10 minutes of the second half and then picking up steam and easily going over at the end. That's the way this second half betting works in college basketball. But I'll take that one. Might be a mistake, but I'll take it under 79 -110.
I like it. Elio,
Okay.
my man, says happy Thanksgiving family, wishing health to all. Gate Pass Key says, well, I thought I would give Pete another chance to tell one of his NCAA total plays. Louisville under 144.5.
All right.
I made the same mistake.
Yeah. Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. But I didn't even give that one. But I didn't give that one.
You didn't?
No, I just talked about it.
Okay.
I said I was thinking about it, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait to see what the second half does.
Max,
No. I mean, yeah. Well, no, that was a lean of mine, and it was a play that I put in my leans column for
Max
sure. And
Smart
I bet it.
goes
Yeah.
10-3-1
Wow,
in his
very
first
nice.
14
Very
plays
nice.
of the day, but he's also on that under.
Which one?
The one we just talked about, Louisville.
Oh, really? So I'm on the second half here. Again, I wish I could be betting the just the first half of the second half under at about 35 or so, or 38. But I'm going to take the second half under in Louisville, Tennessee, 79. And I have also decided to go with Tulane +4 second half. And looks like all the others are pretty much off the board right now. Go
Dan
ahead,
Kelly went ahead and did a puck line parlay, but all -1s, which I think is a smart idea if you're going to parlay all of my puck lines. -1s across the board, pays 464 to 1. Thanks for taking a look at that, Dan. I'll have you know, Dan, that I did, inspired by you, jump on the New York Knicks at +14. I tweeted it out, and I tagged you there.
Okay.
Eric Nisbet in the house saying Kings +10, let's get it. I think that might be the play, but I haven't made it yet. Randy Lockhart saying NBA Suns money line, Jimmy slam it. You know, Randy, I think there's something poisonous going on in that Phoenix dressing room. I could completely understand the play, and I actually, more likely than not, that will cash. But I'm not going to back teams where I think there's poison in the dressing room. Not applicable. I had Edmonton to draw last night when they were down 3-2 in the third. Wow. Nice work. And Dan Kelly put exactly $1 on that puck line. I love it.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah. Jason Miller, Red Wings, and I'm a Bruins fan. Yes, Jason Miller, I am on the Red Wings as well. Bill Butler letting us know that Kyle Lowry is active.
Sorry about that.
No problem. That'll happen,
All right.
Pete. And I'm ready to get to business. So you want to throw out some more second half?
No. They're pretty much all off the board here. There are a few first halves that I'm thinking about, and just quickly to discuss them in college basketball.
Sure.
I do think that Creighton can be held down by defense-oriented teams. We know that that's what Clemson wants to do, and I'm thinking that if not the full game, the first half under in this Creighton-Clemson game might be worth a shot, and that's something that I think I'm going to put on. It's just there's so many games that I can't even remember.
Oh,
what
does that
I want
go
to
off at 6:30 our
No.
time?
These are all 7 o'clock games or whatever.
That's a 7:30 game. Yeah, I want to talk about the Creighton Clemson, but we don't need to do that.
No, we don't. I just want to lock in the time right now.
Okay, sure.
I'll put on lock in the line. Creighton Clemson first half under. I'll take that one. Creighton Clemson first half under.
And Flipper 13 in the
shout out to
house.
Flipper
So
13.
nice to have my man Flip back in action. Daryl Lyles liking Sabres Flyers over.
Okay, so
Gate Passkey says, do I have to pretend it's my birthday to get a winning play from you, Pete?
No, if you pretend it's your birthday, that screws everything up. It screws up a little bit, us up a little bit, but you more. So no, listen, Gate Passkey, you know what I'm saying? I do my friggin' best here. There is a certain element of being snake bit. I'm actually doing very well with second half plays today. Gave out Hartford. That was my biggest second half play of the day. Made sure I tweeted that one out, and that one cashed. I also tweeted out a second half under that lost by a half point, and I had a few other second half unders that cashed pretty easily. So I'm frustrated by that, but I'll give the Clemson Creighton first half under 68 minus 109. Hopefully, Clemson really clamps down on defense once again here. And again, Loyola and Boston College, I'm not sure why that total is so low, and I'm thinking about the first half over with Loyola BC at just 66. I don't know if anyone has anything to say about that. Also, I've been hearing that Kansas might clamp on defense, so I was thinking about the first half under on that one as well, 76 at Bookmaker.
I am interested in Kansas first half, but we do have a segment where we should be doing a lot of this.
No, I know. I just want to shout out some of the early, yeah, Jim. It's okay. Thank you very much. And just scanning here, and again, St. Mary's, Mississippi State. I don't quite understand why that is such a low scoring. The total is so low and getting bet down. I'd be leaning first half under 63 on that one for sure, and that's it. Okay, let's move
just
on.
Before we move on, Twat Waffle, a man who demands respect. Demands respect, Twat Waffle. Says, Jimmy, I live in Cleveland, followed LeBron his whole career. Cavs first half, and then Lakers big. Write this down, Peter.
Why didn't Gate Passkey tail my Richmond, Wyoming under? That one I liked, and I wanted to put this first half under on that one as well, but it just it went off, but I bet the first half under, and I wanted to give that one as well. All right, what do I have to write down here?
You have to write down,
okay,
our man Twat Waffle is on Cavs first half and then Lakers big. That might be enough to get me off of Lakers first half because I still have not made that play. Very interesting. But let's move on to NHL, and why don't we let our man Nut Flush Allen, whose family we dream of being a part of, lead us in. He says, Jimmy, I would like Wild full game and over first period. What do you think about that? I'll tell you what, I don't know if this Ottawa team will be able to score like they do on the road.
Okay.
Wild's a clamp down defensive team, and I don't know. Wild have not been scoring. I'm much more comfortable in Wild shutting down the Senators than I am jumping on both overs. That's my own feel on it. What do you think about the total in that game? Senators at Minnesota Wild. I'm already on the puck line -1. I have a +120. Although when I bet it, I had to take +110.
I'm sorry. I'm reading comments here. I think my brain might have just overloaded. Okay. I can't think of anything right now, Jim.
Do you want me to slap you in the face?
College. Maybe. No. All right, okay. I think I'm okay. What was the question? Let me try to see if I can rev it up again. What did you just ask me, Jim?
Ottawa Senators at Minnesota Wild.
By the way, that will happen once in a while. At a certain point, you may actually short circuit. It's rare, but it does happen.
And I can open hand slap you in the face.
Yes, you can.
Perfect.
All right. So what? So I'm sorry. What? I'm going to try to open a new window here. What do you want? What do you want to discuss?
Ottawa Senators at Minnesota Wild. I'm on the Wild -1.5. I don't care that they're -250 favorites. I'm still getting a plus line. I think Wild beat the Senators. Nutflush Allen's wondering whether he should take the over and the first period over. I really think the Wild know that the Senators want odd man rushes. The Senators with guys on the back end like Shabbat, guys rolling forward. I really feel like the key for the Wild will be to allow no odd man rushes, and we'll beat the Senators. It's simple. And Dubnik's playing great. So no, I guess I wouldn't be on it. I guess I would say no, I would not take that over. And you?
No, I'm just scanning around here. And I think that all the second halves are just about done. So there won't be anything more until about 6:50 Eastern time. So now I can get back into doing what we do so well, which is
what we used to do so well
until our brains collectively short-circuited.
Don't pull me into your fuck up.
Okay, my brain just doesn't work anymore. No, it still works a little bit. All right, so I'm thinking about tailing you. All right, so where are we? Let me just refresh my memory. Pull up the sheets here. All right, so we are officially in NHL right now, aren't we, Jim?
We are.
All right, so let me just open up the NHL sheet. Here are the plays that we gave in the morning show. I gave St. Louis Nashville. I bought under St. Louis Nashville under. I bought to 6 -145, and I took Boston Detroit under. I bought to 6 -136. Those may have been mistakes, but hopefully I won't get burned. I also took Islanders Rangers under 6.5 -114. That might have been a mistake, but Jim endorsed it. I have reason to like it. And I took New Jersey -1. It wound up being +130. I bet that one on the overnight line. Got a way better line than the line move, but I took it anyway. Jimmy the Bag has 7 puck lines. Detroit, Tampa Bay, New Jersey, Carolina, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Minnesota. Again, Detroit, +310. Tampa Bay, +170. New Jersey, +205. Carolina, +250. Chicago, +335. Pittsburgh, +185. Minnesota, +120. I was thinking about tailing you on Minnesota -1. It definitely looks like not just a down spot for Ottawa, a spot where they're just like, why even bother showing up kind of deal, right?
Well, the Wild need to step up. 2 straight losses in games where they outshot their opponent by double digits. They have to step up. Black Baller, though, and I don't mean to instill fear, is on the over.
In what?
In the Blues versus Predators.
Really?
Yes.
Well, how do you feel about that, Jim? I mean, I'm looking at this. The problem is that St. Louis has had problems scoring recently. And, I like to take teams on unders when they're scoring 1-2 goals a game. When you have a team that's like getting shut out 3 games out of 4, they a lot of times will bounce back with a big explosion, 7 goals, 1 game very soon. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
But I'm just looking at this one. I'm like, the Preds are a strong defensive team, aren't they?
They are.
They're very strong, right?
They
Not
are.
really? No?
They are. They're strong. We've had a bunch of guys on the show, Mohamed Joma being one of them, is questioned their defense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I do think they're strong, but we've had people come in and poke holes in the idea that they have a strong defense.
Elio Topset says, Pete looking borracho on perico. That seems like a compliment, right?
That sounds real
Borracho on perico.
Oh,
sounds like a something Butthead, a Beavis might say.
Doesn't sound like you got a hot meth pipe handy.
And Trey Franklin, meth and unders, boys. Nothing better. Nothing better. We got to get. I don't want that little joke that I made to fall into the morass, because we make so many jokes on this show, and then it just falls into the void of so much of the content that we do. I wish I could immediately go back and find the impression I did of you, so we could put that one in a video and send it around. But it's just like, that was probably like 2 months ago, and you know what I mean? It's just like, and this meth and unders thing that I did yesterday, that's going to disappear into the.
I hope it disappears into the ether, because it's going to hold us back.
You think so?
From our success.
All right,
our future
okay.
success.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, I do.
People won't get the joke.
No, people are going to think you're a junkie.
No, they won't. Really? See, I had this fucking problem when I was like literally in 6th grade. I would make all these jokes. I didn't want to, and then people would be like, "We can't tell when you're kidding or not." And I was like, "Really? Like, you really think I'm like, all right, I guess some people do math and bet unders, and like that is their favorite thing in life.
Of course they do.
I guess they do. I don't know.
Of course they do.
I don't know.
Come
What the hell
on.
do I know? All right, let's
Come
move
on.
Okay.
I like it. K-Con says, Puckline Jimmy and Totals Pete need money to cook that turkey. I have a turkey parlay that's out and about. Maybe I'll put the link up at some point here during the show. And Daryl Lyles says Perico means Coke. So.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Now I understand. Now it's making more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Yeah. All right, so people are talking about that total. Black Baller says Pekka is tough customer to do it against, but it's plus money over 5.5. I don't know. Did I make a mistake there, Jim? Is St. Louis going to come out and explode offensively here?
Well, we did have a commenter, and I believe it was Black Baller, but commenters say that teams with a new coach have been succeeding offensively in that first game back. We just saw the Oilers put up 4 in a very tough place to do that in San Jose.
That is a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm happy to be. That's the reason why I'm off the game. I know
they have a new coach, don't they?
They do,
and that's going to make them.
Greg Berube, a beloved NHLer from the past.
I might have made a mistake there, taking the under and buying to 6. That might have been a huge mistake, Jim.
Well, you've done that a few times, and it's never blown up in your face.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
Right.
You've hit them almost all. I don't know one time you've bought up 6 and lost.
Right, but this is a special situation because a new coach is not a normal situation. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
All right, I'm going to think about this. Let's talk about the rest of the card. I was thinking about tailing Jim on Minnesota -1, even though it's a huge favorite line. I was also thinking about, there were a lot of comments in the morning show that I wanted to review for NHL. I was thinking about Calgary. This might be a good spot for Calgary. Who was it that said this is a bad spot for Winnipeg? I think it was Annie Marak, right?
No, I don't think it was Annie Marak, but somebody did think it was a bad. Someone said that that the Canucks physically beat them up in that game, which I find very hard to believe that this little Canucks team could do that to the Jets and the big boys that they have on that team.
Yeah, all right. I'm looking at, Annie Marak says Jets got beat up in their last game. They lost a line in the game. They're terrible on low rest. Fade the Jets today and Friday. You disagree with that?
Jets are a dangerous team to fade. Flames are playing very good right now. I'm very happy to be off of that game. very happy. Those are two teams. I don't know if the Jets are rolling, but the Jets are so dangerous. And now if Line A gets hot, they already have a first line that rolls. Look out.
Yeah.
But the Flames are playing very good hockey right now. Mike Smith seems vulnerable.
All right, let me check something. I feel you talk faster than I talk. Why? I think you're on Perico. Why do people think I'm on Perico? I don't talk that fast. I guess it's also because it's like a little bit disjointed, removed from reality, and just fucked up in 5 different ways is I guess what people are picking up on. I guess. Yeah. All right. Let me think about this play here.
Van City Chris says, Jimmy, take $10 and throw it on the Canucks in 60 tonight. Van City bag bet. I will not back that hockey team right now. In almost any situation, I will not have anything to do with them. You know, they're my team, but I just don't trust them at all right now with all their injuries. I just don't trust them at all. Oh, Remo says Smith isn't playing, Jimmy. Oh, well, that's good.
Rittich.
That's good.
All right, I'm taking this one. I'm taking Calgary -1, you know. I don't care if this is a methed out thing to do. I'm going to do it anyway. Calgary -1, -112 on the money line, and then I'm going to take I'm going to find the puck line here. Calgary -1. I'm taking this one. There actually has been a 15-cent line move in favor of Calgary. They opened as a small home dog, and now they're a modest favorite. So -112 on the money line. That's at Bookmaker. And the puck line here for Calgary will be +250 at the Greek. So that's a pretty big dog line here for Calgary, and I'm taking a -1. All right.
It doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense that Calgary would be a dog at home against any team in the NHL right now. You could maybe pick them, maybe, but not against the Jets on the road. They were 3-3 before they beat the Canucks on the road.
And in the meantime, I asked in the morning if you thought that Colorado was a good play. There's now been a big line move in Colorado's favor, right?
Of course.
Why?
Because they're a better hockey team than the Kings.
Right.
And these people don't understand the magic that happens when a guy who has no place in the NHL, should not be in the NHL, comes up and turns a season around. Now, I don't know if he'll turn the whole season around, but gamblers are going to look at Kyle Peterson and say, oh, I've been in dressing rooms like that. I've been in dressing rooms. The goalie is so important to a hockey team. That we always joke in hockey circles that the goalie is the flaky guy on the team or the weird guy on the team. And Holtby was so strange when he started with the Capitals, and it fit in with everything. But they're such an important part of the hockey team. And you get this kid who was not going to make the NHL this year or next year, and he turns everything around.
And then we have a Philly against Buffalo. Again, I was thinking in the morning show at least Philly team total over, if not taking a shot with Philly -1. Been a 20-cent line move in favor of Philly as well. I know we talked about this in the morning show, but let's rehash what we talked about.
Mohamed Joma says Penn season on the line, playing a team that lacks character. Pens. I'm on that. Then he says Mohamed Joma says Leafs play of the night, and I am not on that. Chris Temple says Leafs always lose in Carolina. Wait till they go up against their old friend McElhinney. I mean, we keeps going back to goaltenders and how important they are. I love jumping on the Panthers tonight -1.5. Or sorry, excuse me, the Hurricanes -1.5. I find it extremely exciting.
Can the Hurricanes score? Do they have anything more than Aho? What's the deal with the Hurricanes offensively?
They have young talent.
Offensively.
Talent, yes, very. They have so much young talent that they had no need for Jeff Skinner in their top 6.
So what about the team?
Also because they weren't sure if they were going to sign him at the end of the year.
What about the Carolina team total over? Anderson's been playing well.
He's been playing so well.
So well.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
That well?
Yeah, he's been playing well. He's come down to earth a tiny bit, but he's very, very dangerous.
All right, this might be another methed out, cracked out, petticoat out thing that I'm doing here, but I'm going to take the Carolina team total over 2.5 -145. Carolina team total over 2.5 -145. They have an offense that can be productive, right? Carolina. Yeah.
They do.
Definitely.
And they've been out shooting everybody. Their Corsi numbers are off the charts. Van City Chris says, I got to disagree respectfully, Jimmy. I agree 100% with the discomfort, but if you're looking for value, Ducks have been equally shitty in their own right. Canucks show up against the Ducks. Hey, Van City Chris, man, that's what's great about capping with everybody is we don't have to be on the same play. I'm not taking the Ducks with their top 2 defensemen out, but the Canucks have lost 6 in a row and have not looked good doing it. But they are a team that has battled early in the season. Can they continue to battle? I think they need Besser. I think Besser's extremely important. Gagner has come up, and is he going to give them anything? It's very tough to play without 2 of your top 4 centermen, and that's what they're doing with right now without Beagle and Sutter. And Beagle and Sutter are very important in this team moving forward, but I feel you.
How is Calgary offensively? Because I'm thinking about doubling up here and taking Calgary team total over.
Calgary offensively is rolling.
Right. And Hellebuck.
That first line is just awesome. Who would have thought? Because everybody thought when the trade was made that James Neal was going to be on that line. But it's Elias Lindholm, and he's on my hockey pool.
Right.
And making me look very, very good.
And Hellebuck, at one point you were really high on him.
Last year.
Yeah, and now?
I think he's going to have a good season. He's fought for everything he's achieved in NHL, in his hockey career, and he didn't have to fight this summer, and I was a little concerned that he was coming in as the number one goaltender.
All right, I'm going to take Calgary team total over as well. Again, my recently close watchers of this show, close viewers of this show will know that I hemorrhaged a whole bunch of units taking some team total over 2.5s at big favorite lines recently. They're very tempting because you get 3, bam, you got your unit there. But those games where something happens and they score 1 or 2 or something like that, all of a sudden you're down a unit and a half on that play. It feels like Calgary should get to 3 here at some point, right?
These are 2 very good teams.
Right.
And it's not been the case this year, but I always feel when the best teams play against each other, it's tighter, there's less room on the ice, and that has not been the case this year. But that's my fear. That's my only fear, that it's a tighter.
Yeah, all right.
game.
You know what? I won't take that Calgary one, because if they don't get
Black Baller's on Calgary team total over.
He is, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'll think about it. I'm already on Calgary -1. If they don't get to 2.5, then I've lost a unit and a half and probably another unit on the Calgary -1 place. So maybe I will. I'll think about it a little bit more. I'm adding on Calgary -1 at a decent dog line, and Carolina team total over 2.5 -145. That I'm okay with. All right, anything else in NHL? There's a lot of stuff. While we're talking about NBA, I'm probably going to be perusing these NHL lines.
As you should. You've had a great season.
We were talking about that with Ian Cameron in the pre-snap read show. Do what you do well. You know what I'm saying?
Project Carpe Diem says Helly has been letting in a lot of softies. He just hasn't looked as sharp as he did last year.
Is that true, huh?
He just hasn't looked as sharp. I mean, if I didn't have 45 pages of notes, it'd be easier to get to them. But here they are right here. Hellebuck, 2.74 goals against average, .913 save percentage. When you have the kind of defenseman that the Jets have, I think your numbers should be better than that. Mm-hmm. And they were much better than that last year.
All right, I'm thinking about it. Why don't you talk about something else, Jim, or do you want to move on to NBA?
I would like to move on to NBA.
All right, let's just move on to NBA. But during the NBA segment, is there anything I want to add in a wild, manic, disconnected from reality, cracked out, methed out kind of way to my NHL card? I will during the NBA segment. All right, Jim. For NBA, let's remind ourselves what your picks were. I gave no picks in the morning show on NBA, and here are Jim's plays in NBA that he gave in the morning show. Charlotte -3. Philly -4, Golden State Pick'em at -110, and Milwaukee -7, -105. Those are the picks Jim gave in the morning show.
And I added one before the show started. New York Knicks +14. I got it at -107, available at Pinnacle.
King Rail likes the Pelicans. Someone else liked. Was it Dan Kelly liked the Pelicans tonight as well, didn't he?
He did.
Yes.
He did, and that's uncomforting because I'm on the Sixers. But you locked me into the Knicks?
I will. I'll just read the tweet.
Okay,
I'll read the tweet. I'll read the
tweet. Sweet. I'm very excited. Eric Nisbet says Grizz and Kings. Kings are a team that I haven't jumped on. Jason Miller, I'm on Red Wings big time. First time that I bet against my Bruins. I agree with you, Jason Miller. Ty Clinton saying Kings Jazz under. That's interesting. What is the total in that Kings Jazz game? And do you think? Can you really get the Kings at +10 right now?
The Kings at +10.
Wow, Flipper 13. I bet Knicks first half money line. Ooh, that's exciting. And Flip, Dan Kelly on the early show is on New York Knicks money line. And when he said that, Walter Trotter said, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to sound crazy. Isn't that amazing?
See, I guess that's the difference between me and other people such as Walter Trotter is he knows when he sounds crazy. Me, I'm just like, hey, won't this be funny if I say something that makes me sound crazy?
Sure.
People will laugh, but they don't laugh. They just think I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
All right, I got to learn from Walter Trotter.
Project Carpe Diem. Upset City. Raps lose tonight. Thin lineup on a back-to-back. No OG, Powell, Kawhi, CJ, and Lowry's ankle is pooched. Ooh, that would earn a Genius Award as long as the Knicks don't win the game outright and Dan Kelly has usurped that award.
Mohamed Joma is saying that the way Toronto and Carolina match up against each other, that there's going to be a lot of goals, and in theory there should be that the over might be a good play in that one. Sorry, I don't mean to bring it back to NHL.
No problem. I love McElhaney in this spot. Love him.
Okay.
Absolutely love him.
All right.
Love him. Kings Jazz, what's the total at? And can I get Is Kings plus 10 available?
Kings, Jazz. Let's see. Sacramento. No, 9.5. No,
9.5.
10. No, not quite.
King
No, quite.
Rail
10.
says Jazz aren't playing defense, and my bookie at Hooters says the books want us to bet the Celtics.
See, the Jazz aren't playing defense. That's what in the morning show. You remember I said that? I said that I was thinking about the over. The total did get bet up, and then I was like, well, what about the old team total over for Sacramento? Right? Mm-hmm. One of the few plays that I've had a good read on. Oh man, I was thinking about the over. I was thinking about the first half over, and I was thinking about the Sacramento team total over. Are the Jazz not playing defense, Jim?
They've been bad all year. What the hell's wrong with them? They're 8-9. They're 2-4 at home.
Right.
What is going on? One thing I know is going on is if Favors or Gobert aren't around, they have no size at all on this team. It's just just a mistake by management. I can't believe that they would allow this to happen. Unbelievable. Oh wow, Kate Passkey. I don't even want to think about it.
What did he say?
Something good about what's going on in Louisville, Tennessee, but I don't. I find that very difficult to believe, and we'll look later.
Okay.
Mark Stullen says Kyle Lowry confirmed to start. Ooh, Eaton Chula. Celtics -4 is -14 is an absolute winner. Knicks coming off a tough game yesterday, and Celtics rested at home coming off a loss. Total decimation. I was concerned. I didn't make the play earlier, but the real reason wasn't that, because I think something might be wrong with Celtics. It was what I saw when the Bulls were at Boston, and Boston wasn't rolling, and they took it out on that Bulls team. So I'm a little uncomfortable. Not applicable. Portland and Knicks both lose. I like my card. What do you think about this Knicks Jazz? My only thought is, are we leaving cash on the table here?
Knicks Jazz. Knicks Jazz?
Oh, sorry, Kings Jazz.
Kings Jazz. You know, my initial thought was over. My second thought was, or first half over, and my second thought was Kings team total over.
Oh, King Rail says, yeah, I meant they want us to bet the Knicks. That's what he meant. He said Celtics. Well, okay, sorry. Dwayne Reed says today's top plays: Dartmouth plus 20, Vegas -125, over 6 Wild, Ottawa, Predators, Capitals, Sacramento +9, OKC +1, Brooklyn +5.5, Clemson -4, Utah State +3, Arizona +8.5, Loyola, Chicago versus Boston College over 141. And sorry, you said that you did like the over in that.
Which one?
Kings Jazz.
That's what I was thinking when I first saw it.
And what's been the movement?
I mean, there was when I saw it at 219, and now it's up to 222. So I was,
Yeah, I get it. I just have I'm having a terrible read on the Jazz this year, and I just want to wake up tomorrow with double-digit units in NBA and keep rolling.
Okay, I'm ready to look at NBA now for a little bit. Let me see what are we thinking about here, Jim?
Well, I tell you what, Gate Passkey says I am glad tailed Jimmy on Golden State play earlier today. Love them getting rolling again. I just think this is an opportunity I won't pass up. I don't care. Oh, I shouldn't say I don't care. Clearly, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, phenomenal player. But still, Durant, Clay, Warriors at home. I'm against the Thunder team that's battling this sickness that's been going through them. I'm going to take that every single opportunity I get. And this morning I was going to take the Thunder, and the longer I worked on it, the more I said, you know what? Warriors are the play. King Rail, thank you so much for joining us. Stick around after our show. King's Court at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time says, yes, I'm on the Nets again.
Okay.
But I like the Warriors. I like my card. I feel good. Flipper13 says, if Will Hill wants Knicks bets, they should have moved the line to 14.5 or 50. It's a huge line. I like my card. I like my basketball card quite a bit. I'm uncomfortable hearing that King is on the Pelicans while I'm on the Sixers. Adam Frendo Cumbo says Warriors come out to play. Campsite Killer, Warriors -1. Crypto King says waiting on Mavs injuries, might hop on the Nets. Need to confirm Smith and Beria out. I can do that if you'll take over for a second.
Sure. Once again, the under in the Golden State game is appealing to me. I'm just concerned that if Golden State does come out to play, that suddenly we'll see a much higher offensive output from them than we have seen recently. I was thinking that the under might be a play, and the Sacramento team total over. What would that be right now? That would be about 233. Yeah, about like 107, 106, something like that. Tempting to think about that one. And what else am I looking at here? And the
Going to do a quick Dallas Mavericks recap. Dennis Smith Jr. No, they're still not letting us know. Still not letting us know for either Dennis Smith Jr. or JJ Barea. If they're both hurting, So Smith's dealing with right wrist pain. Berea is dealing with a left adductor. We know that Wesley Matthews is out. That's trouble. That's trouble. Maybe that is a simple play on the Nets, and that's why everybody is on them, and it makes perfect sense. Let me just get to the spot.
Man, I was way off on this Louisville-Tennessee game. They are just, oh man, this is going to go over by like 50 points. All right, I apologize for that. You know, as I've said in college basketball, you know, what most people do is they make a relatively large volume of bets, hoping to hit about, 53.5%, something like that. And in those bets, there's going to be some way outlying results where you look at it and you say, I just didn't know what the hell I was talking about. And it appears that is the case here with Louisville, Tennessee. Although I did also take Louisville in this one, so hopefully I'll break even and Louisville will cover the second half in the full game. So, but that'll negate my my losses on the unders. But yeah, my read on that total was way wrong. And to anyone who tailed, I apologize.
Teddy B says Jimmy Loshak, Lakers, Cavs, full game over. Cavs and Lakers former players are going to play hard. Clarkson, big game tonight.
Yeah, I was leaning under, which means that probably the over is a good play. You know what? This is just too crazy and friggin' insane. I am going to pass on this entire NBA card here.
Angelo saying Pelicans have big value here. Anthony Davis on fire, and the Sixers still in the process. I'm just happy. Get Fultz off the court.
Why did you take the Sixers, Jim?
I want Fultz off the court. I want TJ McConnell to get all that playing time. I think this Sixers team is capable of stepping up at home, especially if Fultz doesn't have to play 20, 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm. King Rail and Dan Kelly were on New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's like you're trying to pitch against the Boston Red Sox lineup at Fenway. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is not where I want
Murderer's
to
Row.
be. It's not where I want to be at all.
Right.
Dan Kelly says, I also played this money line parlay. New York plus 980, Detroit plus 330, Cleveland plus 416, Sacramento plus 397, 1190 to 1. 1190 to 1. Jason Campbell says Thompson needs both Curry and Green's playmaking to be successful. He really can't create his own shot. KD's the only player that can create his own shot on Golden State right now. Easy under 223. Easy under 223.
In Golden State.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
And Flippers
should I throw it on there?
Flippers on OKC. Not good. Daryl Lyles leaning Jazz, Kings under. I feel so uncomfortable with the Jazz and the Kings, or not the Kings as much as the Jazz right now. I feel like I should stay off the game, but there's no question that the Kings plus 9.5 looks appealing, but I'm reading everything wrong with the Jazz. I'm just going to stay off of it.
Jason Campbell, they'll struggle to hit 215 in the OKC Golden State game. Struggle. The line hasn't gotten bet down though, which is a little bit concerning, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would think if there was someone with money to influence the market, they would have caught. I mean, that if there was an edge there, someone with money to influence the market would have caught it, but maybe not, right?
King Rail says Fultz asked for a trade. We may not see Fultz in the 76ers uniform again. Vishnu Ace, New York Knicks, money line plus 900. Not a bad idea. And America says, hey, Jimmy, I'm late to the show. Why aren't we on the ads? I'm just not getting in front of that Cal Peterson train. Not something I do. Not something I do. I love the Avs. I like them much better at home than on the road. I'm not getting in front of this Cal Peterson trade. You got Dowdy. You can put Dowdy against McKinnon, Rantanen every single time they're on the ice.
Gate pass key just slamming me. Another solid under. Meth and the under. Gate pass key just slamming me here. That's okay. I feel you. I feel you.
Flipper says, don't worry, Jimmy. According to Pete, I win 53% of my bets. You have a 47% chance of prevailing.
Okay. All right. Why? Oh, because he's on New Orleans as well? Why did he, when did I say?
No, because he's on OKC.
Oh, he's on OKC. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. Well, I'm comfortable with my NBA card. Too Legit to Quit says the bag. May we get the link to your Turkey Day parlay? Yes. Now, the Turkey Day parlay has changed. I was able to get the Lions. Well, I mean, the Lions have changed. I was able to get the Lions plus 8 to start my Turkey Day parlay at minus 205. That's impossible to get right now because when I made that bet, the Lions were at plus 4. Now they're plus 2.5. But yes, I will hook you up. Too Legit to Quit right now. But I'm going to need you to take over.
All right. Why? What are you doing right now, Jim?
You don't listen to me at all during the show.
No, I'm looking at some of these.
You treat me like Freddie Fortune and Lucrative Larry.
All right. So yeah. All right. So in the NBA, I'm just gonna pass on this entire card. Things I would take if I was giving free plays. Maybe take a shot with a Golden State under. Maybe take a shot with a Sacramento team total over. Maybe take a shot with. So King Rail says the Knicks are the play. The books are begging you to take Detroit. That's interesting. And I might tail King Rail and Dan Kelly on New Orleans plus the points. New Orleans plus the points. If I was getting a free play, I'd probably throw it on that one. Dan Kelly and King Rail both liking New Orleans, if I recall correctly. And in the early show, someone said that Phoenix and Chicago on the over was a great bet, right? At just 217. That line has gotten bet way up from the opener of 211.5. It's now up to 217. Might still be a little bit of value there. And what?
Just stay focused. Stay focused.
All right, so stay focused. Stay focused. Yeah. And there's also been a big line move in favor of Phoenix. +2 up to on the opener up to -1 to 1.5 right now. Maybe Phoenix has some value. What do you think about that?
Well,
two bad teams, but
there's something going wrong. There's some poison in this Suns dressing room right now. Clearly, they're healthy. They should smash this Bulls team. Smash them. And maybe they do, but I don't. There's all these hints coming out, nonstop hints coming out that something's wrong. And another one after that loss, a tight loss to the Sixers, Booker says, when we needed each other more than anything, we folded. I just, and then the issue that Koskakov had with Ayton and Ayton getting very upset with what Koskakov was saying. I'm not going to take teams where I think something's wrong. I'm not going to do it.
Fair enough.
Dan Kelly. Does Pete treats you like you treat Freddie Fortune lucrative later? How do you like it? That's so funny. Onyx Boria at Sacramento first half money line +250. That's a very interesting bet. Onyx Boria having a huge day today. King Rail says Raptors first quarter best money on the table if you ask me.
Raptors first quarter.
And he's on the Suns.
And he liked Toronto yesterday and or was it yesterday or 2 days ago? And he's on the Suns, huh? He is.
Flipper 13 says the bigger bets are coming in on the Suns. Dwayne Reed says Sacramento money line, solid play.
So King Rail and all these people betting on the Suns, they know that there's potential issues in the locker room. They don't care though, right?
You know, I have a high social emotional IQ.
Yes.
I do.
Good. No, that's good. Very valuable in life.
I read people, and I take so much into account these interviews. But these interviews that people have, they mean so much to me as I cap, and I'm sure it's as much of a helpful thing as it's a negative thing. I don't think anything really outweighs something more than other things, really. And you don't want to take too much from one little thing. But the social emotional side of things means so much to me in capping games. And when I think there might be a poison in the locker room, I think that the numbers are skewed, and the numbers shouldn't be treated like clearly you look at this Suns lineup and it's much, much better than the Bulls lineup, right. This Bulls broken lineup. But something's wrong in this Phoenix dressing room, and I'm off them.
All right, I'm going to tail it. I'm going to tail the line move here, and I'm going to take Phoenix. Pick them on the game at -110. There's a 110 available, and I'm going to double up. I'm going to take them on the first half as well. Bet Online has +100 on the first half money line, so I'm taking Phoenix. Phoenix first half money line +100 and full game money line -110. We'll see how this turns out.
Jason Campbell says Pels +4 for safety, but they should be winning out right here. Not Flush Allen says think about how many issues the Wizards had and look what they did to the Clippers. No doubt. J Money was on the Wizards, helped me stay off of it. But DB says, Jimmy, I think it's great you cap on interviews in NHL and NBA. Stop doing it with MLB already.
No, I mean, those interviews, you're reading between the tea leaves. And it's yes, there are times when it can give you a unique insight into something that's going on, but you can also overread it. And you know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Pink Eye Genie says, agreed, King Rail. Phoenix front office atrocious. Without a doubt, all these number one, top 5 picks, and you're failing miserably. It's awful to watch, and we've seen it happen in NHL with the Edmonton Oilers. How could they possibly be this bad with number one pick after number one pick after number one pick? I like my NBA card. I'm uncomfortable with people going against me. Pelicans Sixers. That makes me uncomfortable. Wow, Noli knows destroying totals in NCAA basketball today, as he always does with any sport totals. He's just a beast.
What does he have? Is he going to share?
Well, he's 5-0 so far today. Yeah, Noli knows. What are your totals on the Late Show?
Yeah, let us know what you got. We would love to know. All right.
Dwayne Reed says Jason Campbell, I think Sacramento moneyline, best underdog bet.
Really?
Well, that makes tons of sense because who knows what the hell the Jazz are going to give you.
Yeah, definitely.
So I like it. I like it. Teddy B says, Loshak Lakers, team total over 115. How is that not a play from you?
The Lakers, team total over.
Yeah.
You mean because LeBron's going to come in and try to get 70 on his own?
I don't think he's going to try to get 70 on his own. I know there's going to be that huge thing for him before the game.
Yeah.
That usually makes legs a little tired, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, he's going to step up, but how, I don't know. Noli Note says, I gave out all 5 this morning. Hey, I copy and paste all of Noli's comments, and I go over them afterwards. Let me see if I can find them all. Yeah, I'm almost ready to jump into. I'm very excited to hear what everybody has to say about college basketball. I still have not gotten on that Virginia over that Domingo Hernandez was on. There's a lot of plays that I want to hammer, and we're going to need more glory from Nolan.
It's now down to 126. I got it at 132.5. Gate pass key. Look at that. The broken clock is right twice a day. Maybe even more nowadays in the age of the internet. Under 132.5 is what I bet. It's now down to 126, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in college basketball, I gave out Creighton-Clemson first half under 68 minus 109. Of course, we know what Clemson likes to do. Creighton can be very, very explosively high scoring, but Ohio State held them down, and so I'm not sure what the second half will bring here, but
here we go. Noli knows
Mm-hmm.
his three totals. I just copied and pasted them.
Okay.
LeBron will give a show tonight. Quote me, Jimmy. When Teddy B does this, it always comes through. King Rail says Bron's going to put up 40. Yeah, I can understand. Noli knows his plays. Let me just quickly copy and paste them. Sure. Mini Washington under 146.5.
Okay. Utah
State, Arizona State under 153.
I tweeted that out last night. 155. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I also tweeted out Utah State plus 5.5. That's now down to 2.5. So
and he's on Prairie View, Eastern Carolina, under 148.
Oh, me too. Really? Yes. Yeah.
Well, but let's wait.
Yeah,
let's move on to college basketball very soon because I'm ready to go. So why don't you decide if you want to make any added adjustments to your NBA card?
No. Just Phoenix first half money line plus 100. That's at Bet Online, I think it was. And Phoenix full game money line pick minus 110.
And there was a Twat Waffle who demands respect.
Yes.
Twat Waffle said, trust me, I watched LeBron his whole career. Cavs first half, then Lakers big.
Wow.
And that was enough.
Wow.
And there was a reason why I didn't take. He's on Soulful Guard. Says, Jimmy, why not take your Lakers first half? You were close to taking it right. When I don't make a play, there has to be a sound, some sort of reason why I stay off it, and I trust that. So I'm going to stay off of it. And I'm ready to hear everything. But we have to get to NFL and the NFL video and stuff like that.
Why don't we get to it right now? Let's get to it right now. We can throw it up there.
We're going to skip quickly to NFL. Then we're going to, because I ensure that when people take the trouble of sending in a video, that people get to see it before we lose people to the 7 o'clock game. So we're going to put on the NFL video, and then we're going to go back to college basketball and talk NFL at the end of the show.
And then after that, Dan Kelly has hit us up with some NBA plays, and he loves it when people laugh at his NBA plays. So I'm going to read them out and laugh at them while I'm reading.
I look forward to that.
Go.
Freddie Fortune, can you hit us one time?
What's up, guys? This is Adam Frendo, a.k.a. Sniper Picks, and I came back with another video for you, and I'm not behind my bedroom door, so that's an upgrade right there. Last week's video, I took Baltimore Ravens. There was no line of the game. Ended up being a field goal win for the Ravens at home. I also gave Washington and Jacksonville. They both covered the spread. So pretty good weekend. Pretty good first video. I still want to do a shout out to SBR. Thank you. My man Jimmy the Bag, Pete Loshak, Donnie. What's up, guys? How's it going? All right, let's get into the picks. Let's keep this short for the picks this week. I got 2 Thanksgiving games for you guys, and then I'm going to do 1 Sunday game. So the first Thanksgiving game, I'm going to go with Detroit Lions plus 4 at home. Chicago coming off a pretty convincing win there, division win against the Minnesota Vikings. I like what I saw with them. I think it's a bit of a letdown spot though in a short week for them traveling to Detroit. Detroit always seems to play good football games on Thanksgiving, so I'm going to roll with Detroit Lions here. They showed some good things against Carolina, like they didn't give up in the season. So Detroit plus 4, first pick. Second pick, and it's an interesting one. Everyone's probably going to think that Atlanta has given up on this season. I don't believe that's the truth. I think they'll still fight for Dan Quinn. I think they'll still play a tough game. Plus 13, I think they play a close football game against New Orleans. New Orleans, man, at this point in the season, they're trying to get out of there with a win. They don't care about covering point spreads. This is a good football team. I think they've won 9 in a row or 8 in a row. They're going to win the game, probably by 7 to 10 points. I'll take the 13. And then one Sunday game quickly for you guys. It's going to be the Buffalo Bills, because what I saw from Jacksonville, they did play a good hard-fought game and they did play for their coach, and now I think they're toast. Team morale is in the shitter. Buffalo, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you're going to get Allen at quarterback or throw that kid Barkley back in there, I think Buffalo's going to be a lot for them to handle at home. They'll play for their crowd. They're a tough defensive-minded football team. You're not going to get, what kind of effort are you going to get? Not a good effort. Anyways, that's it, man. Those are the 3 plays. See you guys later.
Solid video.
Shout
Solid
out to
video.
Adam.
Yes.
Frendo.
Huge shout out to Adam.
I like
Frendo.
his Bills. I like his Bills play.
Yes, yeah. You do like that, huh?
I do. I haven't. I'm going to need more time. I want to break it down again on Friday, but I do. I like the Bills play. And what was very interesting, that's the total at 37.5, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the lowest total on the card. And Donnie was all over the over.
Really?
All over the over. When guys on the chat were saying what happened when they met last year, it was 10-3.
Mm-hmm.
Donnie's all over on the over. So very exciting. Beautiful stuff. Thank you. And Dan Kelly says, Pete, you're slightly different than all the chat. I love it when you fade my picks. It's nuanced. The laugh versus the fade. All right, let's hear him. Let's go back.
Oh, Dan Kelly's picks.
And then let's go right to NCAA basketball.
All right, so Dan Kelly has added on Sacramento, Utah under 222. Hey, all right. He likes Brooklyn, Dallas, third quarter under. Okay. And Chicago Bulls, first quarter at minus 103.
On the Bulls' first quarter. Hey, there. Take that, Phoenix Suns fan.
Man, he cracks me up with his picks, man. Dan Kelly's picks. He also likes Cleveland Cavaliers, plus 1.5, fourth quarter. Okay. Knicks money line, Knicks first half money line, Pelicans plus 4, and Pelicans money line. That's what we got from Dan Kelly. Cracks me up. Was that not good? Did my little shtick here make you laugh, Jim, a little bit?
J Stasher says, fade all these plays.
Okay. And Yayas with another nice line, talking about the meth and unders thing that we were talking about before. He goes, imagine how I feel not on meth, but on the unders. Much worse. Okay, I feel you, Yayas.
I do too.
All right.
I do too. Okay, let's get to college basketball. Our man, Domingo Hernandez, says, Jimmy, also Yale over. And I've been looking at that spot all day, Yale, Vermont. It's come slightly down from that opening line of minus 147, slightly down. There's 145 on the board. Love the way Yale's looked this year. Vermont they just played someone very tough and didn't look too out of sorts. They looked like they could. I have to go back to my notes, but I'm interested in this Yale-Vermont total. Did you take a look at that game at all?
Yes, I'm off that game. That's a very tough one. I kind of both of these teams have been doing very well recently, and I don't really want to fade either of them. So it's just that one's gonna be a pass for me.
Black Baller giving out Palmeiras in Brazil, Serie A. First half goals over 1.5 at plus 200. Thank you, Black Baller. I have one play so far today, and it was god awful. So bad. Look at Brian Clark, Cleveland Cavaliers, first to score 10 at plus 131. Interesting wager. I'm
going to quickly look at SMU Wright State second half line here. We'll see what we can come up with. Maybe second half line here. Let's look at this one. In the meantime, my Tulane play is not looking good. The under in the friggin' Wyoming game, which I didn't understand. That was a classic example. And in fact, I talked about that on Twitter with Mark Lathrop. He was like, "I like the under in the Wyoming game," and I said I like it too. And it makes me nervous that I don't understand why the total was where it was. It was 153, and it wound up going to 134. And I just didn't understand. Sometimes the market is just a little bit off. And, you can be on the wrong side of that or the right side of that. All right, Jim, where are we right now? I'm going to check SMU and Wright State.
Please do. Yeah. And I'm interested. Wow. It's 146.5 at my book, the Yale Vermont over. Yeah, that's I'm sure that someone else, Maxwell Smart or someone like that, has a great read on that game. That's a pass for me. Big Tank the Gangster says it was Kansas. Thank you, Big Tank the Gangster. You're absolutely right. It was Kansas. And when's that Kansas game go off at? 7:38. I don't know, Jim. Marquette versus Kansas. LeGerald Vick, after getting 2 points in 32 minutes in that season-opening win over Michigan State, 32 points, 35 over Vermont and Louisiana, respectively. You're absolutely right. 6 inches on Marcus Howard. He can play help defense on Howard on the perimeter because Grimes and Dotson, right, they got those 2 kids at the guard spots right now. But look at this. They say Marquette with the brothers, the Hauser brothers, can bang the boards, but they're going to go up against Udoka Azubuike, who's got 45, 50 pounds on these guys. Yeah. And they're going to smash them around. Who cares that they also have Theo John to throw at them? Marquette was shut down by Indiana. Wait till they play Kansas. Marquette had to rally to get by Presbyterian. I think Kansas is play. Robbie Tagaloa is saying it right there. Kansas first half, That seems like the play to me. I am going to take it, but I want to just see when does this game go off at.
No, I thought so as well, and the reports were supposedly that Kansas is going to try to D up a little bit. So I was thinking maybe a shot with the under the high total or the first half under.
And that total's
even
been
better.
bet up 2.5 to 3
know,
points.
I know.
Okay, I have a 7:30 for the Kansas game. Someone else says 7. I have 7:30 right here, Kansas Marquette. I'm going to take Kansas first half.
Okay, let me check the lines here. Jimmy the Bag, NCAA basketball. Hold on one second. Let me just give you some play. Give you a line right here.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, what?
No, it's just 8.5. 8.5.
No, first half.
Oh, right. Sorry. But okay. Here we go. Okay, first half.
They're saying 7 p.m. game. I have 7:30 here. Is that wrong?
It's 7:30
Okay,
here. All right, we can give you 4.5 minus 110. Interesting, Pinnacle has 5, so that's a good sign for you right there, Jim.
4.5.
Yes. Okay,
minus
so
110.
Kansas first half minus 4.5 minus 110. Okay.
Okay, Kansas. Okay, I like it. And then secondly, I am going to run with my man Domingo. I am going to take the over in Yale, Vermont.
Okay. Let's find that. Okay, interesting. I'll be interested to see if our man Domingo, if this one is turns out. Okay, let's see. Yale Vermont over.
And I will bet a half unit on it, Domingo.
Okay. Totals, full game. Why don't you read some comments while I find
Flipper
this
13 says I played Middle Tennessee State plus 20.5. I think line may go up, and I will bet again if I have the opportunity.
Okay, interestingly, in this one, Pinnacle is actually taking the lead to the under. So most places have 146 or 6.5. Pinnacle has 145, so we'll give you that one. 145 minus 113. Yale Vermont on the over.
Thank you. And that was Kansas first half 4.5. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that Kansas spot. Okay. That makes me feel good. Now I'm going to have to send in the Yale Vermont bet, so I'm going to need a couple minutes. Mr. Coaxer says 650, Pete, second halves, brother?
Yes. I don't know if necessarily. I am checking. I checked the Wright State game. I actually had Wright State.
Noli knows. Second half over SMU Wright State.
Okay. Yeah, that could be. I did look at that one, and I have no opinion. I actually had Wright State on the first half and full game, so I'm glad the way it's turning out. But the second half, I think Wright State is a good team. I thought they were in a. At first, I thought they were in a good spot against Penn State, and then in the show, I talked about how I wanted to take it back, and the minutes just ripped by, and I didn't get a chance to take it back. Here, though, SMU is a much more, a much less deep opponent, but SMU could come back in the second half here, so I'm not sure I'd want to take a Wright State +3. The over at 75, I don't hate. I have no opinion on this one. Absolutely no opinion on this one. And not that if I did, it would have any value, but I'm just doing a show
Believe
here.
in yourself.
Right, we're doing a show here, Jim.
Believe in yourself.
All right. Other plays in college basketball. Let's just try to get a handle on this one.
Jason Campbell liking Clemson Creighton under 144. I do want to talk about that game.
Clemson Creighton, yeah. I'm not sure if I like the full game under, but I did give the first half under 68 as an official play. Again, Clemson, we know what they do. Can Creighton be held down? I'm willing to bet, at least in the first half, yes. Similar to the St. John's VCU game, it was close, but I did take the first half under in that one, and it did wind up cashing, by 1.5, but I'll take it. And let me see, what else do we have here? Wow, and the Dartmouth-Buffalo game, I mentioned that in the morning show. I bet it at 151. It got bet up to 152 in the morning show, and now it's up to 154, although the Greek still has 152.5, so that's an interesting development. I took Dayton Butler over at 143, and that's now gotten bet down. That's an interesting game because Mr. Gogster likes the under, but Maxwell Smart likes the over. Now I'm wondering if Maxwell...
which game?
In Dayton Butler.
Yes. And so does Twati
Likes
Latte.
the over.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But the market clearly, as of right now, agreeing with people who are liking the under at
Have a great
143.
night, Clint. We love you so much, my man.
Yes.
He's off to a Coyotes game with his wife.
Okay, shout out to Clint. The Eastern Carolina game at under 148. What can I say? I bet that one. It might be the wrong play, but I definitely bet it. The Loyola Boston College total. I bet that one at 140. It's now up a little bit, and I'd be leaning Boston College team total over as well as the first half over at 66. And the rest of the card, again, I took a shot with St. Mary's, Mississippi State. That one has gotten bet down. We'll see. I'd also have a lean to the first half over on that one at 63. It's the consolation game. I'm not sure they're going to want to D up, although who the hell knows? You never know in these situations. Again, Middle Tennessee and Virginia, a lot of people liking the over. I bet the under at 132.5. It's now down to 126. I should probably go for the hedge on that one. Go for the middle and just hedge
On the Virginia
out.
game.
Yeah, down to 126.
That's wild.
Unbelievable. Yes. And then the Utah State-Arizona game, I tweeted out the under and Utah State and beat the line moves on both of those. So I hope that I'm right on that. And that's about it.
Wow, it's down to 126. When does that Virginia game go off at?
9:30 or something like that.
Wow,
Yeah.
so it could keep falling.
I doubt it's going to fall further. I suspect that it'll close a little bit higher. There will be some buyback on that one. How much further can it
I
fall?
understand why there would be buyback.
Yeah.
What do we think of Middle Tennessee's offense this year?
Oh, it's not about that. They have a fine offense. It's just the style
Clamp
and the
down
effectiveness
Virginia.
that Virginia plays. I mean, it's they'll stop anyone. Their offense is good, but
Nobody knows saying I like that St. Mary's under Mr. Gokster, that first half under that Mr. Gokster's on.
He likes the under, and okay.
St. Mary's, Mississippi State.
Yeah. All right. So a bunch of line moves I'm on the wrong side of. A couple line moves I'm on the right side of. We'll see how it all turns out.
Oh, and Dan Kelly's giving you another one to laugh at.
Okay.
Pistons third quarter plus 2.5.
Wait, what? Pistons third quarter plus 2.5? Okay.
I think your fake laughs are getting worse and worse.
Are they? I thought that was a good one.
No.
No?
It didn't start good. It started like,
All right.
okay.
All right. Let's see. All right. I'll work on it.
Please
Fake laugh. I didn't know this was something that had to be in my performance tool set.
It
but
does.
It does. Right.
Because I can cry.
Can you really?
Yeah, I can cry on you. I can sob. You can fucking sob so fast, man.
Detroit Pistons.
You want me to sob
No,
any
no.
fucking time you want, man.
Oh, man.
I can easily method act sobbing.
Can you really? I believe it.
In a
Wow,
second.
look at that. Mr. Gokster, Dayton first half under and St. Mary's first half under. I was leaning first half overs on both of those. Damn.
Coach Toplitsky, I have 4 plays tonight. LMU, Syracuse, Colgate over, Harvard, San Fran under. There you go. Mr. Gokster was just asking about that. Coach Toplitsky's on it, and Utah State.
Mm-hmm.
Copied and pasted. I
What
like
the hell's going on here? I'm reading all these comments.
As you should be.
Okay.
As you should be. They hand out gold. We have 3 minutes till tip-off for those college games. You going to add anything?
Nah.
Jason Campbell on an Australian basketball game. Brisbane Bullets versus Illawarra Hawks. Brisbane minus 3.5. Brisbane being good form, now back at home. I reckon they win by double digits and cover easily.
Maybe I'll tail that. Brisbane minus 3.5. Those kinds of markets can have soft lines. Someone like Jason Campbell, who's following it carefully, can spot big edges. The smaller the market, as we know, the smaller the market tends to have the bigger the edges that you can find.
Quaddy's been hammering this Virginia over. Domingo was on the Virginia over, and now it's down to 126.
I don't get it.
Or 126.5, right? There's no 126.
No, there's 126 at Heritage.
All right, give it to me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm going on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I trust Quaddy Latte with my life.
All right, let's see. Let me just see if it's. Let me just make sure I wasn't hallucinating anything here.
I didn't. I only saw 5 dimes given the 126.
No. Let me see. Make sure I'm not hallucinating. No, Heritage 126 minus 110. Yes, we can give you that one.
Thank
All
you.
right. So Jim's going to add Middle Tennessee, Virginia over 126 minus 110. Okay.
Interesting. Interesting. And somebody just talked about James just likes UCI and Coach Toplitsky backing UCI. Gonna have to take some time on that. Robbie Tops got a little puck line parlay: Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Colorado, Montreal, Philly. Ooh, God, that's gonna pay enormous. I like Chicago tonight quite a bit. Quite a bit. I know the Capitals are dangerous to fade, but I like it. I think we're in a good spot here. I think we're gonna have a nice, profitable night. Pink IG says got it at 126.5. Virginia will put up 90 on their own.
Wow.
Not only does Pink Eye Genie deliver the goods, you know what else he delivers?
Yeah.
What's he deliver?
Spreading the pink eye awareness. Wow. People really liking the over here.
Capper John says, if you fade Australian basketball line movement, you will make a killing.
Really?
I did not know that.
Fading the line movement.
Yeah.
Huh.
Ron Lofton, Pete, do you have any first period plays in the NHL? Because they have been hitting at a very high rate.
Yeah, no.
They've been exceptional.
No, I don't. There's just been so much chaos going on today that, I took a bunch of unders that are probably pretty ill-advised. It does seem like the Toronto-Carolina first period over would be a good play, but, Jim's liking the Carolina goalie here tonight. Anderson's been playing well, so maybe that's wrong. I would definitely be leaning first period over, though, in Toronto, Carolina, but you disagree with that, huh?
It's been the month of the goaltender in NHL.
Yeah, there's been a lot of unders hitting recently. Yeah, might be different here. And also Philly-Buffalo. What about Philly-Buffalo first period over? I was thinking about that.
I can understand that. And Daryl Lyle's all over that Philly-Buffalo over. He's been talking about I can totally understand it. I just have a funny feeling
That Philly's going to clamp down defensively?
No, this
what?
new goaltender in Philly
gonna
is
be great.
ready
Right.
for prime time. And I've seen, we talk about markets there that are goalie graveyards in Vancouver. Philly's one too. And this guy, I just have a funny feeling about him coming up right now. I think he's capable of taking this job and running with it. And that's what we've seen lately with a bunch of interesting goaltenders.
Wow.
I love it. I'm very, very, it's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah. All right. So what do we want to do now, Jim? You want to get to NFL and give some picks? You want to lock some lines in?
I don't know if I'm going to lock in any more lines in NFL, but I wouldn't mind going over some games here and talking about them with some people. If they're, and Robbie Top says, I agree, Bags. I really feel like this kid, after that little 10, 11 games of action he had last year, also he was on a terrible Phantoms team, and he had a 9-10 save percentage. Terrible defense on that spot. I like it. Mr. Gokster, we're going head-to-head in the Philly game. Oh, no, I'm not on the Philly game. Gokster, because I believe in both these teams' offenses so much that I decided just to stay off because of my fear of this Philly goaltender. So I'm off. Robbie Top says, time to jump off the Buffalo train. Mohammed Jones says Buffalo wins 5-2. Listen, I've been banking off of Buffalo. I've been making cash off of Buffalo and enjoying it very much, but I'm not on them here. So we're going to talk football. So the Bears-Lions is at 11:30 Eastern, so our show won't be on yet.
It's 11. No, it's 12:30 Eastern.
Is it 12:30?
Yeah, we'll be on.
Oh,
we'll be on.
11:30. Okay, cool. Because I might want some action on that Bears-Lions spot. I do have my parlay that I need to get rolling, so we'll see if it goes. Dan Kelly says, speaking of Sabres, I like the Bills +3 this Sunday, just like Adam Brendo. That is an interesting spot, and it's hard not to like him. I was very surprised that Donnie liked the over so much. Allen is expected to go. Jags are coming off that heartbreaker. They just had the heart ripped out of their chest. Bortles is being abysmal. Fournette's back and looking good. The Bills are live. The Bills are live without a doubt right now. I'm going to need to spend a little bit more time on that. I already got Raiders +11, which I like very, very much. That and the Vikings are my favorite plays of the week. Those are the only plays I locked in. And then when we're moving for more Sunday action, the Niners-Buccaneers, Reuben Foster back, Mullins first time on the road. I know that it's very scary taking unders in the Buccaneers game. I hit with an under against Washington. I am going to take the under there. Has that moved? Actually, you know what? I guess you're not on. You're looking at college basketball?
Yeah, no. I go, what do you need me to find for you, Jim?
I'm very curious if that total continues to rise in Niners-Tampa. Because as soon as that hits what I believe will be its precipice, I'm going to take the under in this. I really am. Yeah, Reuben Foster back in action. Mullins coming on the road. I know Shanahan is a magician with these quarterbacks, but I just feel like the Bucs without O.J. Howard, Deshaun Jackson being invisible. I know they don't have Levante Davis, and that's a very uncomfortable spot. Noli knows says I'm on the under Bills, Jags. Not afraid of a total in the 30s. Cash to college football on his crapshoot game, Jim. I really think I'm going to do this. The more I talk about it, the more I like it. I don't believe in Jameis. I know he can put up he's the same kind of guy. He can put up 400 yards and get you 10 points.
Mohammed Jones says Philly doesn't play well in their own zone. They won't insulate him nearly well enough. You agree with that? That is an insightful comment right there. It's true.
Philly's defense has been questionable.
Yeah, and they've tried to make it better, but you know.
I'm a big Radko Gudas fan, but there's no doubt about it.
And Jason Campbell says, Illawarra, terrible team. I went to watch one of their games a few weeks ago. The imports are terrible. They struggle to win on the road. Surprised the spread is so low. This is a guy who's giving an opinion. He went to watch one of the games of Illawarra and giving a strong opinion here. I'm tailing this one, Jim. I don't care if this is really, truly a methed out.
Scotty boy saying, I like the under on San Fran Bucks. Okay. I'm with you, Scotty. I'm absolutely with you here. I really think so. You didn't tell me, and I can open it up the football myself.
54.5. No movement.
I feel like that's going under. Mullins in his first road game of his career. Come on, Shanahan can't weave that kind of magic. I really do like it. I really, really like it. Wow, Duke's come all the way back. Cardinals, Chargers. We know that the Chargers almost never hammer these double-digit dogs, although they did recently against the Raiders. But Donnie, liking this spot, thinks that they can completely shut down the Cardinals, which shouldn't be too hard with the way that Rosen is playing. 9 for 20, 136 yards, 3 TDs, 2 picks last week. And then we have Dolphins, Colts, another spot where the Dolphins are just a garbage fire, but it doesn't mean I want to jump on the Colts here. And this was the play that I thought was incredible. Donnie right side, like in the Broncos at home against the Steelers. So exciting. Did you talk about any NFL games on the?
We talked about the Miami game, and I was thinking that Miami might be the play off the bye with Tannehill back. But you know what's interesting? Remember how much shit I got for the Indianapolis team total season win total over that I got in the beginning of the year? Remember how many people slammed me for that?
Right, yeah.
6.5. They're already at where are they? They're already at 5, right?
Yeah.
So if they win this weekend, which this one makes me nervous, but if they win this weekend, I need just one more, and then who's laughing last? Who's laughing last? Like something funny. Me. Indianapolis, I gave that one over 6.5. It's looking like that one might cash, although I know they got some tough games coming up. This one, though, obviously they're more likely to win than lose, but I'm thinking that with Tannehill back and off the bye, Miami might be a play getting that many points.
You'd have to wait and find out, is Laramie Tunsil back? Are they going to have an offensive line? That's one of those plays where you need to wait, get as much information as possible. Today's the day where we find out who practiced on Wednesdays, and that's just crucial to our breakdowns.
Yeah. It makes me nervous because I'm wanting Indianapolis to win, so that all I need is one more win, and then I'm the one laughing last, like something funny. But spread-wise, I'd be leaning Miami here plus 7.5. You know what I mean?
Flipper13 says, Pete, I get the assist for that one. Colts season wins. Watch the tape.
Really?
Yeah, he was backing you back then.
Thank you very much, Flipper13. I mean, it's not over yet. You know what I mean? They got to win this one, and then
Book it. Quaddy Latte says Auburn works Arizona tonight. You think they do?
I didn't look at that game.
Well, it's a late game, so we'll have lots of time. Nice little bit of information from Twatty Latte. He gave an incredible breakdown of the Georgia Tech game. Incredible breakdown today. He's a very, very talented handicapper, that Twatty Latte, liking Georgia Tech to smash.
Yes. Jared Schrader says, will there be a show tomorrow? Jared Schrader's going to be 2 shows tomorrow, right? And an MMA show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think we have anything else?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then he's like, but what are the vacation? No. Yes, there will be 2 shows tomorrow and the MMA show with Andreas Hale.
Mohammed Joma giving a final score of Colts 34, Dolphins 20.
Okay, yeah, I mean, Ian Cameron did like the over, though. So, yeah, he liked the over on that one at 51.
I would prefer the Colts team total over. I'm just worried that I need more information on the Dolphins offensive line.
Yeah.
It's hard to make a call on that. I think I dole it. Oh, that was Max. Sorry, Twatty Latte says that was Max. That was Maxwell Smart's breakdown of the Georgia Tech game. It was spectacular.
And Jason Campbell says, Pete, jump on board with the OKC Golden State under 223. No-brainer play.
Wow.
When I first saw it, I was thinking, under's probably the play here. Jason Campbell calls it a no-brainer now. Wow.
Buffalo up 12-0 on Dartmouth.
Yeah, but Dartmouth, again, 3-point shooting team, ton of volatility, right? They come in and hit 3.
Yale Vermont got me 17 points in the first 3.5 minutes.
Very nice. I'm just there with 3-point shooting teams. There's a lot of volatility with Dartmouth, that's for sure. But Buffalo is very, very good and very tough at home. So, yeah.
Wow. Domingo Hernandez, is he going to put money in my pocket?
I hope so.
Looks like Domingo Hernandez is going to put money in my pocket.
Here you go, Flipper13. Jimmy Finn's starting to get tackles back.
Flipper13 knows this team inside now. Yes. So who do we think? Is Tunsil back for sure? Because he's the guy that you need back. Good weed-smoking kid that he is. Robbie Tagaloa says, tell Pete I've been cashing with Golden State unders after a loss.
Yeah.
Ron Lofton says, do they have turkeys in CR? They do. Right outside, running up and down the streets. Goats, turkeys, horses. I'm not exaggerating. Goats, turkeys, whorehouses, horses.
Yeah. A lot of stuff they don't have, but some stuff they do have. All right, Jim, do you want to wrap this up, or are we about to? Is there something else we want to talk about here?
No, that sounds right to me.
I've
got to add a couple plays, and I'm ready to do it. But thank you guys so much for all your great insights. Yeah. I like it, and lucrative Larry coming off a KHL puck line. When he made the bet, there was a comment in the chat that said, "What does Larry know about the KHL?" Enough to hit puck lines. Enough to hit puck lines.
There you go. Congratulations, lucrative Larry.
So without further ado, lucrative Larry. And if he had lost that one, he would have been just a hair above zero. But now he's up. Oh, that's your old record. That's not you're up about 3 units, 3.16 units, I believe.
Very nice.
Hi,
Okay.
Mr. Peters.
Hi, how you doing, lucrative?
How you been?
I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, it's a 2-play parlay.
Larry, I don't mean to scare you, but
What?
I think that you might be about to be assassinated right now. Larry, there.
Is there going to be a loud pop? Because if there is,
It's a two-play parlay. Taking the Chicago Bears on the money line at minus 140. It's at minus 145. Also taking the over 43.5 at minus 110, which gives me a plus 222 plus 222 parlay available at Bet365.
That's Chicago Bears on the money line and a over 43.5.
Yes. Did I move?
Yeah, I'd move fast.
okay.
Jesus.
That was pretty funny. All right, Jim. That's it, right?
That's it.
Okay, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and Jimmy the Bag and I will not be on vacation. We'll be right here, 12 o'clock Eastern time. If you want to watch our show during Thanksgiving, we'll be on at our usual times, 12 o'clock Eastern. See you tomorrow.